Part 2, the impact on talent. What does this mean for security in HR? That they're moving out of the basement and are features of a much larger value proposition. Even the best company cultures must adapt to the new realities, embrace employer branding and humanization of employees. Which brings us to part 2, the impact on talent. How do we go about letting the right people in while also being secure? Our experts say culture plus talent is key.
I think there's two ways that I would answer why we need to have a much stronger link between HR and security, and HR technology and security technology. One is the cultural aspect. The single biggest source of variability in most security is people. It's people doing things, usually inadvertently, that create security risk. And so creating that culture is part of creating a secure environment, and using a lot of HR technology around learning and things like that allow us to create a secure culture. But the other part, which gets really more specifically at the integration of the two technologies, I would start with looking at data, and then I'm going to talk a little bit how it ties to the three major types of employee experience. If you think about the data we need to understand our workforce, there's really three things. It's, first of all, who are the people in the organization, and what jobs are they performing, the skills of the past. So that's HR data. The second one is what we don't think about a lot is space. Where are these people located, and when are they located there? Well, that's what security data tells you. It tells you where are people, when are they. And then the third thing is the actual work that they're doing, which is, again, HR data. So you're able to say, this person with these skills and these attributes belonging to this group was in this space at this time doing these things. Now, we've seen, because of COVID, which is the risk mitigation side of it, companies get really sophisticated at using SAP technology and alert technology to understand those three things to manage COVID exposure risks. But when you go beyond that, these companies are talking about, this gives us a much better understanding of how space, people interaction, buildings are playing out in the way that people are working, the way that they're collaborating, the way they're coming together. Now, realizing this is a sort of long answer, but I'm going to get into, okay, imagine we have all this data. We have these three types of data together. How would it play out in improving employee experience? Well, I'm going to give examples for the three major types of employee experience. The first one is what's called task experience. Is it easy for me to do work and get work done the way I want to get it done? That's about, hey, when I show up to a building, I want to be able to get in where I'm supposed to be able to get in. That's really important, and having these things linked together when we're having a much more dynamic use of space is really important. So open doors are open when they should be open, they're not when they're not, and this happens constantly changing, which usually change is the enemy of security, so we have to deal more flexible use of workspace. That's task experience. The second big experience that affects work is a sense of community and belonging. And we talked about earlier, nothing says you don't belong like a locked door, but also community of caring, to say that we are concerned about your safety and security. So employees know if they're coming in late night into a building, if they're coming in, they know that it's a safe place. They know the organization cares for their welfare by its investment in technology that ensures they don't have to be worried about who else is in that building besides them. So this sort of community aspect of it. And then the third is a fulfillment experience, which is about, is work providing what we want from work, which really gets in the sense of letting people work where they want, when they want, and really encouraging this flexibility, but making sure that we have technology that enables people to work the way they want in a way that's efficient, they can get to where they need to be when they need to be there, but also safe. And those, I think, is really about bringing the power of bringing these two technologies together is so transformational, but historically we just haven't thought about it that much. But it's really exciting to see what we're able to do.